Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is the next video in the series. We are making POS management system. In this video, we are going to continue with the user interface. In the last video, we stopped right here when we fetched the information and populated onto the list box. So we are going to continue with the user interface. Particularly, we'll have a double-click event built in. So we'll write a couple of lines of VBA code, and then perhaps we will have some other data also fetched and populated onto the list box. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. If you're interested, you should stick around, watch till the end, so you can learn thing or two from this video. And I'm sure you will learn if you'll stick around for definitely. And before I begin, I will ask, you know what I'm going to ask, right? I'm going to ask you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload new videos. Also, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please keep returning, keep watching, and keep learning, and I will also get benefited with that as well. If you want early access to these videos, then you must join the channel as a member. There is another very big benefit, I would say, is that once this application is completed, will be completed, I'm going to upload this somewhere. So if you are a member, if you have joined the channel from now, then you will be able to get this actual file which you're looking at right now. Okay, all right, so let's get that out of the way. Now let's begin with our video. So we click on manage orders and we get the list of all the existing orders, and then the idea is that we should be able to double click on any of the order and the order should open, and we can modify, we can view the information, etc, etc, etc. All right, that's the idea. So let's go ahead and go to design view, and obviously we are going to have a double click event onto this list box. So I've selected the list box already, and the list box name is list main. We'll go to the event tab, on double click event dot code builder, and here we are in the VBA editor. So the first thing first we are going to do, as I said, this is going to be a dynamic form. So remember, dynamic mean we are going to populate multiple type of information onto this list box. All right, so when we are opening a record to do modification or editing or just view, we will check what records are currently being displayed, and that we will check from this label that I have here called LBL now showing. So we're going to refer to this all the time, and we will say if me dot LBL now showing dot caption, and if I remember correctly, we have this as orders. Okay, because I can see right here as well. All right, if LBL now showing is orders, then what? Well, let's close that also with end if, so we don't forget. But I would say I would go one step beyond. I would say I would first build logic that this list box should not be empty. If this is empty, then and a user double clicks on it, it should throw an error. So I'm going to first handle that. This I will come a little later. All right, so let's have another line of code or block of code. So I'll say if is null me dot list main dot column 0 equal true, then do cmd.peep message box, please select the, or no record exists to display, something like that, comma, and we'll say will be critical, comma, and the header would be information. All right, so if that's the case, then throw an error, else, well, open whatever the instruction is given. That's what this code block will do. All right, so that's it. I hope that you have understood what I have done right here. Okay, now we are going to handle this code block, and basically we are going to open the form. So if the caption is orders, then we want to open the form. Which form do we want to open? Well, if you remember, the main form name is POS. Okay, so we want to open that form. So do cmd dot open form, and we want to open the form name we will give, and form name is POS, and comma, and we want to open it as a normal. Now if you look at POS form, POS have no data source, no record source. It's a unbound form. However, the form that we want the data to be displayed, so if for example order number 4 is double clicked upon from this list, then we want the order number 4's information to be displayed onto the sales order form. Now sales order form, remember, is sitting right inside the POS form, so it's going to be a little bit change in the writing of the code. It is going to be one liner, but I'm hoping that it is not going to be opened with the conventional way. So we will have forms exclamation mark POS exclamation mark, we will have sale, what's the name of the form, sales F, sales F, that is correct, with S dot form dot record set. Because remember, this subform, which is the order form, it does have the record source. It does have a record source, right? And that record source is directly the table where the data is stored. So that's why I'm using record set dot find first. Okay, because we are searching the record first from the table, and then once we got the record, then we will populate it onto the form. So that's why dot record set dot find first. Now what are we looking for? If you remember our main unique ID in, let me show you, okay, rather than talking, in the table which is sales F is the sale ID. So obviously we're going to search with the sale ID, ampersand me dot list main dot column 0. Now why column 0? Because this sale ID is sitting onto this dashboard form list box column number 0, sale ID. That's why I'm referring to that column right here. Okay, so hopefully this line of code will definitely open the specific record which we will double click on. But not to forget, this subform has its own subform which is manage products, right? So we want to requery that as well. So let's go ahead and requery that form. So actually I'm going to copy this because this code is already here, and I'm going to paste right here. And to be honest, that's about it. We have just written a code block which will help us to open specific order. So let's go ahead and check it out, and fingers crossed, let's hope that it does work. So we'll save it and we'll say main and manage orders, and let's say order number 4, this one. Let's double click on it, and there you go, we have order number 4 with its own record. If we will open order number 2, it has a separate record, separate item which was sold, and the order number 2 as well. If we will open order number 3, we should see order number 3. So you got the idea, right? So this is definitely working. So that's what I wanted to achieve. Now, like we have done this fetching of information, I would like to fetch information for all other buttons as well, so we can have a functional system. So let's go with the next one, which is manage customers. So let me go to design view. All right, and first of all, let me change this font, because this font is Aptos. For some reason this is a default font, and I always forget to change this default font. But anyway, let's continue. So for customers, if we will go to the customers table, do we need to create a query for customer? That's what I'm going to look for. And to be very honest, we don't actually need to create a query. We can refer to this customer table directly, and then we can fetch the information and we can populate it onto the list box. Now, if you have too many fields, then of course, or if you have a specific purpose, you can actually create a separate query, and you can refer to that query when you're fetching the information from the database. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so in this case, I have very few, like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, literally 4 columns that I want to display. So let's go ahead and do that. So I will select manage customers, and obviously I'm going to change the name of the button. So btn manage customers. Okay, now remember, we have to write the code in a way that couple of objects, the caption of this button will be changed, the information displayed here will be changed, the now showing also will be changed. So we need to consider that as well. So let's go to manage customers, event tab dot 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 code builder, and let's fetch the information. So we'll say me dot btn create dot caption equal, what would be the, so it will be create customer. Okay, and then we want me dot lbl now showing dot caption, and it should be customers. All right, then we will populate the record onto the list box. So we'll say me dot list box or list main dot row source equal select asterisk, which is everything, from customers t. Where is it? Customers t. All right, so now we are going to define some of the characteristics or the properties of the list box, and that too with the VBA. So we'll say me dot list main dot column count, and the columns are 4. If you remember, we have counted 4 columns, and we'll say me dot list main dot column, column width. Okay, we want column heads, definitely me dot list main dot column width with s, and we will give a width of each column. Now, if you remember, we have this width already for our orders. So we'll have 2 centimeter, and then we'll have customer name. So that would be about 6 centimeter. And then we have email address, that would be 7 centimeters. And then we have status, that would be 3 centimeters. And that's about it, to be very honest. Let's go ahead and check it. Obviously, I'm sure we will get back to the VB editor to perhaps make some corrections. So let's click on customers, and there you go. It looks nice, right? So you have create customer button. You are now showing as a customers, and you have this list box populating the customers record. Okay, what do you think? Shall we keep on going? First, we fetch the records and populate it onto the list box, and then I will come back and one by one we will build the functionality in the perhaps next video to double click and open the specific record. I think that should be fine, right? Okay, next one is manage products. Again, I will go to the product table, and I would see if the query is required or not. And in this case, I would say definitely query is required. And there's only one reason why, and that is category ID. So rather than showing category ID, I would like to show the product category. Because if I want to search using product category, I can actually search using the product category name rather than the category ID number. And obviously we can use that this query a little later as well. Okay, let's go to create, and we'll create a query, and I'm going to select products and the categories. And let's have product ID, product, and we'll leave the description part. Okay, and we will have category. All right, so we can simply say, rather than category name, we can simply say category, and then we will have RSP and ETP. Okay, there you go. I think, and the status as well. I think this should be fine. There you go. Okay, so let's save it, and we'll call it products queue. All right. Now we are going to fetch the information, and again I'm going to use asterisk to fetch all the information. Let's go to the property sheet event tab, and let's change the button name. So BTN, what is it? BTN products, manage products. Okay, let's go to event tab. On double click event, dot dot dot, code builder, and here we are. Okay, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. I'm going to actually copy maybe rest or maybe the entire code, but we will change obviously. So it will say the caption of the button would be create product, and instead of customers, the now showing label would be products, and instead of select asterisk from customers T, we'll select from products Q. Is that the name? Products with S. Okay, how many columns? Let's look at the number of columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 columns. Okay, let's give the width. So I'll keep so product ID. I will keep let's say 2.5 centimeter, and then the product name. Let's make it 5, and then we have the category name. The category might be a little wider, so we'll have 5 centimeter as well. And then we have RSP, and 3 centimeter is okay. I think we'll have 2 centimeter, and then we have ATP, and then we have status. Oh, come on! What I'm typing? I'm typing it. Oh no. Okay, so we'll have 2 centimeter and 2 centimeter as well. Really, I'm typing the name of the fields. Oh god. Okay, let's see. Go to the form view. Let's click on products and crickets. Oh no, there you go. Customers, and it is taking a little bit of time. That's funny because I'm. Is it double click event? Oh no. Yes, it is. My god, what is happening? I'm kind of sleepy, to be very honest. I'm very sleepy right now, so that's why these are. So I've removed from double click event. We will have single click event. Double dot dot dot, and there you go. Apologies. Code will remain same. Absolutely will remain same. There's no change in the code at all. So manage products. Yeah, this time with a single click, it is opening. All right, perfect. this is working. We have got orders, customers, and products. Everything is working as of now. Then we have categories and users. So let's go ahead and pull the information. Categories, I think it should be fairly easy. Literally one field or two fields, sorry. We will fetch. Come on. We'll go to dashboard and we'll click on categories and we'll say BTN categories. Okay, event tab, code builder, and here we are. So in here, what we are going to do is we are going to say, actually, I'm going to copy the same code that we have been using. Okay, so rather than me typing all the code, I hope that you understood what we are doing here, right? All right, so rather than create customers, we'll say create category, and then instead of customers, we'll say categories, and then right here, categories. What's the spelling? Let me copy just to avoid. No, it's opened. All right, let me copy the name of the table, and from here, we are copying. How many fields, columns? Literally one, two columns. And column heads true, we'll have, you know what? We'll have first one is 3 centimeter, and the other column will have 7 centimeter. Okay, that's about it. All right, so what's the next one? We'll go and check it once for all, right? I'll not go check it, come back again. So let's fetch the information about the users as well. So if we'll go to the users table, and again, users table, we can actually directly fetch the information from the table itself rather than making query. So what I would like to fetch and populate: user ID, full name, username. I think I will display that, role, and status. Literally only these. So let's go to the dashboard and let's change the caption or the name, BTN manage users. Okay, I'm going to click select, on click event, code builder, and I'm going to copy this. All right, there you go. And now I'm going to say, instead of products, I'm going to say create user, and the caption would be users, and we are fetching from users T. See how easy things become? Definitely. All right, so number of columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total 6 column. Yeah. First one, user ID, fine. Full name. The second one, yeah, should be okay. Third one, username, should be okay. Fourth is the password, and we definitely don't want to see the password, or we don't want anyone to see password, so we'll hide that. And then role and status. Okay, so role would be 3 and status would be 3 as well. We'll see, and we'll come back if the adjustment is required. All right, let's save it once more time, and let's go to the main so we can open it properly. So orders, absolutely, create order, orders, customer, list of customers, create customer, customers, products, create product, and categories, create category, categories, category name, users, and we have the users information, users, create users. This is strange. Okay, because there is I didn't write the rest of the code, so that's why it is functioning like that. But anyway, it is fetching the information: manage orders, customers, products, categories, users. There's one more left, and that is purchase. At least one more, and we are going to have that as well in the coming videos. That's about it. I think we will leave it right there. I think this is enough. This is what I said. It is a dynamic list box. It will change based on what user has selected. I really think and hope that you have learned something from this video. If you have, do me a favor, smash the like button, and also smash the subscribe button. And also, if you want to support me and this channel, smash the join button as well. That would be really appreciated. And do let me know in the comments below, what did you learn? Are you learning something? I think there are 1 or 2 users you are actively participating and giving feedback. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that, and I will see you in the next one.